For 50 years, Pipeline has been the epicenter of professional surfing. On this beach, champions are made and hearts are broken. Tradition, prestige, danger. To be a world champion, this is where you have to prove yourself. Today, the WSL Championship Tour is back, and the quest for the 2021 World Title of Surfing begins right now. This is the 50th running of the Billabong Pipe Masters.
I've been having this vision. I've been having this vision. Either rise or you fall. I'm on a mission, bringing my dreams to fruition. I ain't playing at all. Bring out the body bags, I'm about to kill them, deliver them to the mortician. I gotta do what I gotta do. That's for my face, like in my face. I gotta do what I gotta do. I pray to God, he never came. I'ma do me, I'ma do me. That's in my blood, I'll never change. That's in my blood, I'll never change. That's in my blood, I'll never change.
1 year ago at the Bonsai Pipeline, in front of thousands of passionate surf fans, Italo Ferreira clinched the most dramatic world title in surfing history.
New world champion, Italo Ferreira!
Since that historic day in 2019, the WSL Championship Tour has been on hold due to the global pandemic. We are an international sport defined by our global tour. As borders closed and intercontinental travel halted, the WSL canceled the 2020 season to ensure the health of its fans and athletes. Now we begin a new era.
Here we go, counting down the start.
3, 2, 1, and we're live.
The road to the WSL Finals is incredible. We'll be following it for the very first time.
With a dramatic new tour format, the WSL is 100% committed to crowning our annual World Champion of Surfing.
The world title will be decided at Lower Trestles in San Clemente, California in September, and the only way to get there is to be in the top 5 in the world.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of the change in the format with the 5-man final, which is going to be super exciting. We're all going to know that the world title is going to be won on that day.
Italo Ferreira looks to defend his 2019 title.
This is special for me. It's like a challenge, you know, like every single year you get like better and better. So that's what I'm looking for.
Gabriel Medina seeks redemption.
It's good to start, you know, and feels good to be back.
John John Florence is happy, healthy, and hungry.
Once I was just in the jersey and in the water, like it's crazy, just competitive thing just clicks and you're just like, okay, I need to win.
And Kelly Slater is here to begin the unprecedented 30th year of his professional career. After a year off, the 2021 Men's Championship Tour begins on the very same beach that it finished on in 2019.
Woo! One of the best feelings ever.
The energy that's involved with this contest, it's second to none. It's the top of the top for competition in surfing.
Once you get a bomb at pipe, you come in and your adrenaline is so high that you're like, all right, this is why we live, this is why we surf.
As the WSL continues to navigate the impact of this global pandemic, the Billabong Pipe Masters is run in seclusion. Beaches will be empty, social distancing is imperative, and health is the league's utmost priority.
It's been a long year and a tough year for all of us, but we're back, mate. The waves are good out there. There's been great waves, so everyone's warmed up, tuned up, and the performances are going to be on.
Seating round at the Billabong Pipe Masters. It's all beginning right now.
Counting down the start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Double arm drag for Jack Robinson, maximizing tube time.
Italo, he's been looking for a big section to throw the tail high to the sky. He'll pull that backhand reverse.
I'm ready, so I'm so happy to be back on Jersey.
Big cave now out the back.
Woo!
And getting spit out is Colapinto. As we see John John Florence punch through the curtain to get a completion to kick this one off.
Look at this one. little nugget. Oh, it's starting to kind of turn. Oh, I'm looking at this wave. Oh my gosh.
Right as I went to stand up, I looked and I just saw glare and just a big lip, and I just was like, there's no way I can make it. Decided to jump out of the lip and get smashed. Everyone's just got that cat-like reflexes as a surfer just to go, okay, wipe that off, on to the next one. Oh, that was a good wave. Good job. Thanks.
It's rare for a sport to have an undisputed greatest of all time.
You're looking at a man who's as important as Muhammad Ali, as Tiger Woods. He's beat them all.
Kelly Slater's accolades leave no doubt. 31 perfect waves, 55 career wins, 11 world titles, and counting.
Is there room for another? Probably squeeze one in there.
Despite the wins and world titles, the single biggest achievement in Slater's monumental career is his lifetime performance at Pipeline.
To me, the pipe is the pinnacle for us. You know, that's the height of my career is at Pipeline. The wins I've had, the losses I've suffered. I always had this fascination that I could be good out there, or I could go surf. Just that I could surf it, not even that I could be good, just that I could go out and not be scared.
You know, some people have a really good eye for those ones at Backdoor that kind of sneak under, especially even on the big pipe days, and those can be perfect 10s, you know, as we've seen Kelly in the past, just he'll sneak a 10 out of nowhere.
That's what you call a perfect 10.
You know, everyone's saying how he should retire and he's too old and all this other stuff, but, you know, if he's still doing well, if he's still making heats and he's still pushing these kids that are half his age, why not do it?
He's timeless when it comes to surfing Pipeline. He's still the favorite.
Does he have a legitimate chance at winning this? Absolutely.
I think I'm still doing it because I do know and believe that I can, on my day, I can beat anyone, anywhere.
Being here now and having the success I have and the hours, the number of waves I've had in the water at Pipeline it's really truly formed my life in a lot of ways.
Kelly, Pipeline, come on out, baby! Yeah!
Whoa!
The greatest of all time, the GOAT, Kelly Slater in the water for his first appearance on the 2021 Championship World Tour. Slater in the barrel, fights through that section, zips off the bottom. Nice cutty there, hangs on through some turbulent water just for a sec.
I feel like the judges really enjoy when someone comes flying out of the barrel kaipo into a really dynamic high-speed turn.
Here goes the grom, Kelly Slater in the barrel, threading through on that twin fin, second section, no problem for Slater.
His comfort level, look at that. You can see his poise, just his stance, so stylish, very relaxed and confident. Perfectly read, perfectly surfed wave.
Let's check in on the beach. I want to hear about the board. I want to hear about the performance. I want to hear from Kelly Slater.
It's the first time I've ever rode a 5.6 twin fin at Pipeline in a contest, in any contest actually. That board's got a little more width. If I hit the foam ball, it's a little more stable on the foam ball.
I would not be surprised at all to see Kelly go on a full barn burner start of the year here.
Coming up next, Leo Fioravanti versus Mikey Wright in a head-to-head surf-off for the last full-time spot on the championship tour.
Mikey Wright dropping in, getting a deep hit.
Leo way behind the curtain.
That was amazing.
Woo-hoo! 2021, here we come.
Welcome back to the Billabong Pipe Masters. The World Surf League Championship Tour is the pinnacle of our sport. The world's best surfers on the world's best waves, contending for the world title. The men's CT is composed of the top 34 ranked surfers in the world, determined by rankings each year. One spot is allocated to a competitor who may have been injured and could not finish out his year, the injury wildcard. This year, both Leo Fioravanti and Mikey Wright qualified for this single spot. In absolute fairness, the league determined that Leo and Mikey would surf off in a best 2 out of 3 showdown at the Bonsai Pipeline.
Closing this thing out, it is even between Leonardo Fioravanti and Mikey Wright, and they will settle the best of 3 series first thing in the morning.
As we begin a new day of competition, Leo and Mikey hit the water for the 3rd and deciding heat.
Both of these fellows had some serious injuries. They both actually, more or less broke their back at pipe. So they've been plagued in their young careers by injuries. Today's the rubber match. They both won 1 apiece yesterday in huge pipe.
Let's go! Leo way behind the curtain and a nice exit. So early advantage to Fioravanti.
Oh, late drop there for Mikey, wow.
So Fioravanti's got to be happy with that completion, and that's going to really set him up and apply more pressure to Mikey Wright.
These guys are bursting at the seams. They want that chance to have a full ride on tour and just compete the way they want to.
Right now, live action out the back. Mikey Wright dropping in, getting a deep hit. Here we go, coming out. Wow, boys, this is on and popping right here.
Mikey with a 717, Leo Fioravanti back in the barrel, way back there, and he comes out. And you know what? Some sauce on the eggs right there. Hey, Italy, you got a surfer on tour. Congratulations. Leo Fioravanti, injury wild card on the 2021 Championship Tour.
Yes! Woo! 2021, here we come.
Leo Fioravanti has earned a full-time spot, and he is now the number 34th ranked surfer on the Championship Tour.
One of the best feelings ever.
Entering the Billabong Pipe Masters, Leo matches up against the number 4 ranked surfer on tour, Felipe Toledo.
Looks like Toledo interested. Controls the takeoff, gets lipped in the back. Pulling into this one with a lot of speed. Fioravanti gets the completion. Toledo playing catch up, had the wipeout on his first. Smaller insider, but he'll fly away free. Knife in the takeoff, nice hollow pit and getting spit out. Fioravanti looking quite comfortable here at Pipeline. We are going to run out of time, and we lose the big name of Felipe Toledo, and the Italian keeps on winning.
Getting on tour, and then now, I'm in round 4, which is already a pretty good result. So that's some good points. I want to keep going, and the season starts now, and I'm excited.
Every year, the WSL Championship Tour sees an influx of young new faces that pose to take down the old guard and usher in a new generation of talent. This year, the rookie charge will be led by a 23-year-old who needs no introduction to the core surfing world.
Jack Robinson is from Margaret River, Western Australia.
It's kind of like a surf town, everyone's into it down there, so if you're not a surfer, you're not really going to do much else, We have a lot of big swells, pretty similar to Hawaii.
Jack the Ripper, nobody spent more time on that wave right there.
Coming from there to here, it was like home almost. Wouldn't have wanted to grow up anywhere else.
You can't be a world champion or a top-level WCT surfer without having great surfing.
Jack, one of the best backhand tube riders really there is.
He's got great surfing, but you can't win a world title just being a great surfer. You've got to be a great competitor, and you've got to have that great personal awareness.
Oh, you got the killer instinct, you got the competitor. Of course we got that, but it's like, you just have to be calm too in competition, you got to be focused.
He's not a normal young kid, he's destined for greatness.
I always lived pretty close to the beach, so my dad got me into it.
Yeah, I haven't seen like this for a while. It's
it's the best I've seen it for ages.
I was lucky to have him there for, a long time, and my mum too. It was good, always good support,
The influence of his parents, the breadth of understanding and awareness that young man, Jack Robinson, has is not normal.
Your 2019 Vans World Cup of Surfing champion, Jack Robinson.
The look in Jack Robinson's face when he won Sunset.
Got the job done, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to claim it, just stamp it.
You can tell that he believes that he is ready, that he has arrived.
Like, I want to go out and just kill everyone and, be the gnarliest I can be, but it's not always about that sometimes. You got to focus on actually surfing good. It's the whole reason why you get into surfing too. It's in the first place, it's because you love it.
He had a lot of big expectations on his shoulders for a long time, but here he is, proving us all right.
Everyone's good, so it's top level already. You just don't really think about it too much. Just, yeah, you got to believe in yourself a lot, you know.
Jack Robinson's first test as a championship tour surfer comes against perhaps the most respected name in Australian surfing at the moment, future Olympian Julian Wilson.
Here we go. Julian pulling it on the backhand deep, coming through that beautiful ride.
Sliding in, stalling, grabbing the rail, and now kicking out through the inside. Jack Robinson. Little pump there under the lip. Back-to-back completions of pipeline for the rookie. Jack Robinson looking straight down, pulling up and under the hood and getting spit out. Looking at the numbers, it's been all about Jack Robinson. Wilson, the 2014 Pipe Masters champ, needing a 17.73 combined total. It looks like it's going to be out of reach. The rookie on tour, Jack Robinson, takes out Julian Wilson.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just trying to cruise through it, just stay focused, not even worry about too much, no matter who it is, you know, just, yeah, the waves are enough to worry about as it is right now.
Gabriel Medina is the sport's most resilient competitor, with superhuman surfing talent to back it up. Coming up next, the bad boy of surfing shows us his soft side.
I'm just trying to give it back what surf gave me. Feels good to help this new generation.
Get to know Gabriel Medina when the Billabong Pipe Masters continues. Welcome back to the North Shore of Oahu. This is the first stop of the 2021 WSL Championship Tour, the Billabong Pipe Masters on Fox Sports. Gabriel Medina is the alpha on tour. He is the sport's most resilient competitor with Jedi-like surfing talent to back it up.
He's one of the most naturally talented, gifted kids I've ever seen. He's got everything. He's a great tuber, he's got big turns, does crazy airs.
Backflip rotation and pulls it off.
He doesn't have any flaws. He's that good.
In the jersey, Medina is fierce, focused, and ruthless.
The heaviest competitor on the planet. He is nearly unbeatable. He is one of the greatest to ever do it.
Throws the corrupt flip. It's a clean landing, maybe the best we've seen.
Medina always wants to win, and he's never shy about saying it.
When I put the jersey on, I always thinking about winning.
Medina with the biggest heart to never back down in a fight.
Gabriel Medina is an absolute beast, one of the strongest guys on tour.
It's inside me. I can't control myself, you know, and I hate losing.
This win-at-all-costs approach has defined him as the anti-hero of surfing.
This might be one of the cleverest tactical maneuvers we have ever seen in the history of the sport.
This is unbelievable.
I'll do anything to win this contest.
This dark persona that depicts Medina during competition is simply his game face. Out of the water, Gabriel is quiet, humble, and enjoys helping others and giving back to his local community.
So I'm from Brazil. I live on the beach called Maresias. Yeah, it's a small town. I know everyone pretty much, you know. My institute calls Gabriel Medina Institute. It's like a center of training. They have like good food. They learn in English. They train with my coach in the gym and in the water, the same. My dad is always there. I've never had something like that when I was young. I'm just trying to give it back what surf gave me. Feels good to help this new generation.
Family's everything to him. His sister, his brother, you know, his parents. They have such a wonderful relationship.
Surfing is a family affair for the Medina clan. During competition, Gabriel is surrounded by his siblings and coached by his stepfather, Charlie.
The first goofy foot to win at J-Bay since 1984.
Charlie's going to jump in the water.
A win for Gabriel is a victory for the Medina family.
Gabriel Medina, your 2014 world champion.
Gabriel Medina, your 2018 world champion.
I feel very happy to see my family proud of me, to see my mom crying, my sister, my dad. That part, I think, pays everything in my life.
Jack Freestone has been a standout in the early rounds.
Oh, that was a good wave.
The Australian has 3 excellent range scores and is looking like a serious contender. Gabriel Medina is a serious contender in any heat at Pipeline. Freestone and Medina face off in the round of 16.
Obviously, Gabriel Medina, a pretty heavy favorite. That being said, Jack has got a lot of good quality time in the water here.
Gabe Medina stretching Pipeline wall, is going to have to muscle through, and he does just that. Wow.
He's out of his mind. He knows exactly when to take that little doggy door exit. That was perfectly served.
Jack Freestone right there, up and riding on that right. You could see that Jack is really focusing on those rights at Backdoor. He's seen a few great scores this morning on those waves going into off the wall. The door is wide open for Jack Freestone here.
Freestone looks like it's setting up.
Counting down 30 seconds.
Backdoor, little burp on the takeoff. He's in the barrel, needs to find the exit, and muscles his way through. Can he hang on?
Oh.
No. Wow. That would have been it.
That would have been it for sure, Gaipo.
Except for Gabe Medina would have got that, and I don't know if it would have mattered. Look at that. Came through the foam ball. Gabe Medina on Pipeline lefts, and he's just going to seal the deal right now and move on to the quarterfinals.
It's tough out there, but yeah, I'm happy to make through, you know. From now on, it's gonna be all tough heats, you know. There's no easy guys. And yeah, I'll focus on myself and hopefully I can find some more barrels.
Rookie Jack Robinson has been lighting up the early rounds.
Little pump there under the lip for Jack Robinson.
Solidifying the fact that the 23-year-old is one of the best tube riders on tour. Now he will face the biggest challenge of his young career, a head-to-head matchup with the great Kelly Slater at Pipeline.
First wave of finals day goes to the GOAT. Kelly, nice exit out of the barrel at Pipeline.
I loved Kelly's start. Kelly didn't just get the tube and quit there. He knew that today is going to be decided on other things as well as the tube riding.
Barrel to start, comboed it up with maneuvers. That might be the entire package with pipe and backdoor this size today. Checking out Backdoor, rookie on tour from WA, Jack Robinson. Pulls in, has some room for the completion.
Nice.
The rookie now just pacing that roundhouse for a finishing move for Jack. 7-5 at Backdoor.
Best wave of the heat so far.
Here we go, Kelly looks like he's taking off on a nugget here. See if this thing stays open. A little bit of high tide this morning, guys. He might come through that. Yes, he is. Wow, incredible ride there for Kelly.
This is going to be his second best score. You can see him pumping and driving. He sees that section in front.
717, his best number of the matchup, and putting Jack in a tough position. Jack looking for a 6.17. Wave breeze with the backwash, controls it beautifully. Sneaking through a challenging exit, but he'll get taken down. That will be Kelly Slater, moving on to the quarterfinals to take on Jordy Smith on finals day.
Slater proves he is still relevant on tour as the GOAT defeats the young prodigy. John John Florence vies for his first ever Billabong Pipe Masters when we continue.
The spit comes out, and so does John John.
John John driving through another section. Florence gets the exit.
Welcome back to the North Shore of Oahu. This is the first stop of the 2021 WSL Championship Tour, the Billabong Pipe Masters.
Unbelievable effort. John John Florence will move on to the quarterfinals.
It is John John Florence and lays back, cracks his arm. I cannot believe that.
Looks like Pipeline loves you. I don't know. I got lucky with some fun on. I think it's more than luck, my friend.
John John Florence is widely considered to be the most naturally talented pipe surfer of his generation.
You watch him roam this reef, he senses everything. And it's at a point where it's almost spiritually connected to Pipeline.
Raised at Pipeline, John grew up on this very beach, and the North Shore native has been logging first-hand knowledge of this treacherous surf spot since he was 8 years old.
His mom did an awesome job of, raising her kids in the sand. They were, in the water all day long at Ehukai, and slowly they moved over to the reef here at Backdoor and Pipe. To say that John's familiar with this piece of reef right here is a huge understatement. It's the perfect storm. He was made to surf out here.
It takes a committed mindset to surf big pipeline. For me, growing up, I have a little bit of a kind of local knowledge advantage. North one's coming from this way, there's west one's coming from this way, there's big double ups going underneath, and it's kind of just knowing and looking at that wave and being like, okay, this is the one. You hesitate for a second, you do this like kind of half a second, like almost stop paddling, and then you're like, no, I'm going, and then you're free falling out of the sky, going over the falls. You have to have that 100% commitment. It is the best feeling. You drop in and then you get to the bottom of it and you just have so much control, you can just sit in it. When you mix in like the emotions of a contest and a heat and everyone watching, it's overwhelming sometimes.
John has won 2 world titles, 3 Vans Triple Crowns, and he is qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. But there is one honor he has yet to chase down.
The Pipe Masters for me is the biggest event on tour. It's the event that I look forward to every year. It's the event that I would love to win. I've grown up watching my heroes surf this event, win the world titles out there. Everyone who surfs pipe has their own little relationship with that wave, and so to be able to win the Pipe Masters is a big feat, and so for me, it's one of my biggest goals.
So 30-minute quarterfinals, no restarts.
As we begin the quarterfinals, Florence will need 3 big heat wins to achieve his goal of winning the Billabong Pipe Masters. His first obstacle will be the Italian Leo Fioravanti, who won a surf-off just to get into this contest.
Rolling in, we'll start things off with John John. Driving through another section, Florence gets the exit.
Leo didn't even look at that wave, and that's the difference of, surfing this wave 7 days a week your entire life. Here we go, Leo on a wave.
The Italian gets spit out of a backdoor pit, somehow came out of that thing. Crucial wave for Leo, now he's getting on a roll. Makes it out clean, he's out of there.
Oh my gosh.
John John Florence, meanwhile, pulls off another miracle exit against
crazy.
Leo. John John Florence, he's still swinging.
You can see the fire in his eye, man. This kid wants a Pipe Master trophy.
He just got a 9.07 to move on to the semifinals, and Fioravanti put up a wonderful fight.
John John Florence wins with the highest heat total of the day, serving notice to all that he is the man to beat.
It takes a lot to win a Pipe Master, especially on a day like this. It's pretty tricky, and so, I might have a slight advantage just because I live here and I've spent so much time out here and so many days where it's really similar to this. Just in trying to put myself in the best position to win.
In the second quarterfinal, Kelly Slater duels Jordy Smith in a scrappy, low-scoring heat.
Managing speed, a challenging end section. So a hard wave to read, but surfed it well. A bigger cave for Jordy Smith. Looking for the exit, and Smith is nowhere to be found.
Slater, the ultimate calculated competitor, does just what he needs to take the win.
That was a weird heat. I'll take it.
Slater is moving on to a semifinal matchup with John John Florence.
I do always hope that's going to be in the final for Pipe or Chopu. Actually, anywhere, because he's a tough guy to get through.
Gabriel Medina makes the most of the tricky conditions. After several missed attempts, he just keeps pushing until he finds his way out of a pipeline barrel.
Look at that, look at the reflexes. That's just free falling, side slipping, stands tall. I mean, we're talking about a straight magician here.
Medina defeats Kanoa Igarashi, and to no one's surprise, the two-time world champ once again earns a spot in the semifinals. Conditions continue to be tough here in the quarterfinals, with many unmakeable waves leading to violent wipeouts and broken boards. Defending pipe master Italo Ferreira takes a heavy beating.
Italo Ferreira took that backdoor wave, coming up checking his head.
Hey, you can see some blood there on his blonde hair.
Italo, the most energized surfer on tour, just gets up and keeps going.
And gets a little tricky right on the shore break. And showing some pain.
Oh no.
He's gonna have to fight through a little bit of pain right here, but he's got a big lead over Jeremy Flores.
The reigning world champ, surfing through the pain, takes the quarterfinal win. However, as Italo exits the water, it appears his injury could be very serious.
That was tough to see. Italo Ferreira, he was on a roll, even if he's in pain.
Did you lose consciousness or anything? Feel dizzy when you hit your head or anything like that? No. Just hit the reef, yeah.
So he was getting checked out for the concussion protocol as well that the WSL has in store. He was able to clear that.
Now it's all about Italo and can he manage this pain now that he's moved on to the semifinals.
The semifinals are set. 4 world champions, 16 titles between them. Up first, Kelly Slater versus John John Florence.
He's calling John into this one.
And following, a rematch of last year's final, Italo Ferreira versus Gabriel Medina. The Billabong Pipe Masters continues. Welcome back to the first stop on the 2021 WSL Championship Tour. This is the 50th edition of the Billabong Pipe Masters. The semifinals are ready to begin with a matchup between two guys who are both considered the best pipeline surfer in the world. Kelly Slater versus John John Florence.
It's weird because Kelly's knocked out John in this event more than any other surfer on tour. It was Kelly and John competing for the last Olympic spot. John edged him out.
That was like the goal I set for this event, and I'm so happy to go to the Olympics and represent Hawaii, represent the USA.
But now at Pipe again, heavily favored is Kelly in their history.
We've really had that opportunity to have a lot of fun heats, and hopefully it'll be another one. Hopefully we get some good backdoor waves, and we can just have a little shootout with it.
And may the best man win. Back up to you guys upstairs.
When asked what excites him about competing in the twilight of his career, Kelly Slater replied, "I'd like to surf a final at Pipe with John John Florence."
Oh, we see Kelly swinging here. Oh! Oh my God! He's out!
In 2013, Kelly got his wish, and in solid 6 to 8 foot waves, the two put on a show that would see the veteran Kelly win his record 7th Billabong Pipe Masters title.
The cherry on top for me was just that I got surfing as John John in the final, and that was really special to me.
Two surfers that have defined part of their career as their performances out here at the pipeline during free surfs and in competitions. For them to clash in that semifinal, that is a battle for the ages.
As the heat begins, a large set of swells appear on the horizon. John strategically paddles for the bigger second wave of the set.
It's like Kelly Slater having a look at this one.
Slater grabs the rail, parks it in the pit, and comes out. And a carve just for good measure after that. Slater's strong ride here to begin his account against John John. John John drops into this one, pulls up on the rail. The spit comes out, and so does John John.
John John thinking priority and getting out before Kelly.
Are you kidding me? That was out of control. Kelly Slater was so deep I couldn't even see him looking into the barrel. Then John John follows it up and does the same thing, side slipping in the barrel on the foam ball and comes out.
Florence kind of felt something. I feel like he was just, this isn't gonna happen again. This is my time. I'm more prepared than ever for this.
Here we go, both guys having a look.
John John wants it. He wants backdoor, pulls in. It's a drainer, a spit, and an exit for John John Florence.
Oh,
and throw the hack in there.
As the heat draws to the end, Florence holds the lead and priority over Slater.
He's calling John into this one. He's going to drop in because he is a showman. He's going to come
and
through
he's going to come out of that.
What?
That was worth the interference, I guess.
I think Kelly was just like, beat it, Grom. You know, I'm going to burn you. I know I can't win. I'll get barreled on the end. I don't care if my score disappears. That was a bit of frustration and a little bit of, hey, let's do this again sometime. A monumental win for John in his career.
Slater ends his 28th Pipe Masters with a third-place result. And with his sights focused on making a dream come true, John John Florence moves into the final.
I love surfing against Kelly, and I think it's just amazing how long he's been at it and how much experience he has out here. And so I've had some good battles with Kelly, and I think he's gotten the better of me a few times, and so it feels good to get him.
Where's the wall on the back? I'm in a big one.
The Bonsai Pipeline is the most dangerous wave in professional surfing.
Big dropping, big wipeout.
The sheer power of this wave can snap boards and bodies in a split second. Italo Ferreira experienced this raw Pacific power firsthand as he took a heavy beating in the quarterfinals.
And a lot of times when you're too deep and you fall inside the barrel, the floor opens wide and you fall straight to the reef.
The Brazilian emerged from the water looking dazed and bleeding from the head.
What I heard is he hurt his hip. We saw him grimacing and holding his side there. It was heavily bruised as well. And also he hit his head on the reef.
After analysis from the WSL medical staff, Italo is cleared to continue his run to defend his Pipe Masters title. The 2019 world champ in the coveted yellow Jeep Leaders jersey lumbers to the water wearing a bulky impact suit for protection to face Gabriel Medina.
So early advantage to Medina with this, Ross.
That's Gabriel Medina for you in a nutshell. He's talented and always spot on.
Ferreira, pipe, knifes into this one. Pulls up, traveling through the barrel. Easy exit for Ferreira. He's right back in the game.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Hold the phone.
Medina airdrops, gets this board underneath them, and a quick exit to regain position.
I'm loving this. I'm like right back. Deja vu from the final from last year. It's incredible.
Italo continues to send it steep and deep on the heaviest waves Pipe can offer, but his ability to weave through the tubes is hindered by his injury.
Ferreira, can he come back? If he makes the exit, he's got it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Calm and calculated, Medina defeats the reigning world champ, and Italo exits with a third-place result. Matching up for the first time ever in a WSL Championship Tour final.
You try to will these matchups to happen.
John Florence versus Gabriel Medina vie to take out the 50th edition of the Billabong Pipe Masters.
Competing with him is like why I want to compete, you know?
They have a lot in common with a couple of world titles apiece. The thing is, Medina's got the one thing John wants the most. That's a Pipe Masters trophy. Oh. Can he go the distance?
Oh. How did he do that? He's a magician.
Coming up next. Welcome back to the Bonsai Pipeline.
Gabriel moves into the final with John John Florence.
We are ready for the final of the 50th Billabong Pipe Masters.
Both with a couple of big world titles and two great stories now clashing for that top prize at Pipeline.
John John Florence and Gabriel Medina are without question the best competitive surfers of the current generation.
John, he's got an incredible ability putting himself into crazy positions and launching himself off sections. I mean, places that back in our day we wouldn't even consider.
Gabe, he's one of the most naturally talented, gifted kids I've ever seen. He's a great tuberer, he's got big turns, does crazy airs. He doesn't have any flaws.
Florence shows off with a calm and stylish approach.
There's not many people on the planet can do that.
While Medina is intense and extremely confident.
This might be one of the cleverest tactical maneuvers we have ever seen in the history of the sport.
Both hold a pair of world titles. Both possess game-changing skills. Both are heroes in their home countries.
John John Florence is a back-to-back world champion, getting the job done here at home.
He's the biggest star here. He's created Medina Madness.
Florence versus Medina is the preeminent modern rivalry in professional surfing.
Gabriel versus John, what a classic here on paper. You try to will these matchups to happen. They've never met in a final before. And they're so evenly matched. The thing is, Medina's got the one thing John wants the most. That's a Pipe Masters trophy. Gabriel Medina locks in the first wave, a big wide open pit. Medina makes it.
He saw John move and realized he was in a better position and all of a sudden had that first wave of the heat.
Wide open pit at Backdoor, and John not interested in that one. Looks like we've got John on his first wave of the final.
Oh no.
Here's Medina to try to make him pay for that one.
John knew that it was his opportunity to start building something in the same way that Gabriel did early.
Looking back at that one as John knifes this tube. And comes out. Comes in just short of getting the lead change, 617. Late decision, Florence. Free fall drop, no grab. Now holding on to that rail, squaring up, wide open pit. Florence is out of there.
John's technique is just so good. Oh, Gabriel Medina, Joey.
Wide open, Medina, a big drive.
Whoa.
Can he go the distance?
No, he cannot.
John at Backdoor, arm bars the start, still traveling in this pit. Florence comes out.
How did he do that? He's a magician. And the scores are in at 5.57. He takes the lead, Joey.
It's official. John John Florence wins his very first Billabong Pipe Masters trophy, presented by Hydro Flask.
Let's go, boy!
At 13 years of age, most kids are asking permission to hang out with their friends down the street. At 13, John John Florence was competing against the world's best surfers at the world's most dangerous wave, which happened to be in front of his childhood home. Even though Florence is considered one of the best pipeline surfers in the world, winning the Pipe Masters held in his own backyard has proven elusive. Today, 15 years after his first appearance, John John Florence heroically takes his first win at the Billabong Pipe Masters.
Way to go, kid. Yeah.
Yeah, John.
That was so hard out there. That was like the longest lull, and I was like, Gabe's just saying a prayer, dude. I was like, thinking about our heat last year, I was just like, oh no.
Oh, I fell off on the last one.
Yeah. That thing, yeah. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked to win it against Gabe. When I'm up against him, I'm really like challenging myself every single time. Competing with him is like why I want to compete.
Destined to win this event his entire life, your champion of the Billabong Pipe Masters, presented by Hydro Flask, John John Florence.
Oh, it feels so good to just win this event. Like every year, you know, I come to here and I surf this wave every day of my life, and so to win it and win it against Gabe and, you know, have Kelly in the semis, it's just, it couldn't have gone any better. I'm super stoked. I don't know what else to say.
The race to crown the 2021 WSL World Champion has begun, and already the leaderboard is stacked with former champions. John John Florence leads over Gabriel Medina, followed by Italo Ferreira and Kelly Slater. After a full year off, the world's best surfers are back, and they are hungrier than ever to win. Up next, the WSL travels to Australia for multiple men's and women's championship tour events on the road to crowning the 2021 WSL World Champions.
A miracle barrel.
Get more of the WSL. Log on to worldsurfleague.com for insight and updates on the all-new 2021 season.
2021, here we come.
We bid you a kind aloha from the North Shore of Oahu, and thank you for watching the WSL Championship Tour